Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 29th of January 2020. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Now, I have a Patreon page, and on that Patreon page, I have lovely people who support me and the channel. And I said thank you to those people I put the list of people in the video for the eclipse, and I think also for weekly a few weeks ago. So Patreon supporters, thank you so much. Because of your help, I've got 2 more decks which we can now open and look at. I want to use this one first because I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, the lowbrow tarot? It must be like some sort of snarky, sarcastic response to actually being highbrow. You know, when they say this reality TV trash is very lowbrow instead of highbrow, like Oxford and culture and all of those things. But it's not. A lowbrow is an actual art movement that I read on here. So it has nothing to do with highbrow, lowbrow. It's just the lowbrow art movement. So let's see what the lowbrow art movement has in store for us. Fancy box. Look at this, how it opens. And it's got these 2 things there holding it open. Ooh, and there are very few cards. 22 cards of the major arcana. Oh, these are just major arcana cards. I see. So we're going to look at, so you can see what they look like. It's all major arcana. Wow. I mean, so they are really special. Look at that. But we're looking at major arcana only. And I have picked this deck today for a reason. I love how they package it so in such a big thing, and then you get a book that is bigger than the actual, well, no, the cards are bigger than the actual book. But I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought I was going to get everything, not just major arcana. So we have the beautiful High Priestess. Oh, then we have the beautiful Tower. And we've had that so often now, people. And then finally we have the Wheel of Fortune. Glorious. All right. So the High Priestess, she looks absolutely beautiful, don't you think? I think she's gorgeous. She looks a bit like, what was her name? Gillian Anderson. And she's got pomegranates floating in the air, which is a symbol of abundance and prosperity. She's sitting on the water. She's transcended this world, you see. She's a spiritual being. She isn't, when she comes, this cloud of pomegranates follows her. So she's almost a goddess. The High Priestess doesn't need to take action because simply through knowing and manifesting, she creates the world she wants to, and she's not bound by the rules of this planet. So today, there's an element of grace involved here. Do you see the crucifix around her? The prayer beads around her neck? The cross is simply a symbol of the vertical is spirit, intersecting with the horizontal, which is earth, which is this plane. And that is what she represents, the medium between spirit and the physical. So you are very in touch with your feelings. You know what's going on today. And by keeping a positive mindset, you're able to produce new wonderful things around you. Then we have the Tower, which is very black and very mysterious. It's completely black. There's a bit of shine, so you can't really see it. There we go. Completely black. And it's a tower that's cracking, and we've got this skeleton of a dragon coming out of the top of it. So it's almost like the tower was a cocoon for this dragon to grow and now it's coming out of the tower and it's emerging. Isn't that beautiful? So in a weird sense, this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes, except that it's this scary skeleton zombie bat. Okay, so the tower always represents a structure in your life that is coming apart, and in this case it's a cocoon. And what does a cocoon do? It shields you from the outside world. It's not an actual tower in this deck. It's a cocoon that you use to protect yourself while you're growing, and then you break out of the cocoon once you no longer need it, and you transform into the amazing skeletal bat that you're meant to be. So a caterpillar cocoon turns into a butterfly. In this case, the tower is no longer required when the dragon is grown and flies off. So this is transformation, this card. Total transformation, but not in the sense of things coming undone. Yes, that's a side effect, but the main theme is that you are a phoenix rising from the ashes. You can leave the past behind. You can just sit there and realize that you understand things now. And by understanding that you are this phoenix, this amazing divine creature that is now coming into your element today you really are in your element. You just feel like you can take a seat on the ocean. You just feel really empowered, really comfortable. Things just go your way, and whatever you think is almost like instantly manifested. So there's a great opportunity for you to use that to manifest yourself into a better position in life by using the Wheel of Fortune and ending up as the High Priestess, which you already are. So the reading has no beginning or end because you already are in touch with the higher realms. You always have been, and even if you're an atheist, you're connected to the higher realms because you're part of the higher realms. Everything, this piece of air, my fingers, this table, that's all made of the higher power, love, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So there is a connection to it. But if you explicitly see yourself as, I'm in a cocoon here, how can I let go of this cocoon, the thing that I am using to protect myself? So maybe you've put a wall up to protect yourself from being hurt at work, so you don't put yourself in the limelight. You always stay behind the scenes. Or you have had your heart broken terribly and you've totally put yourself in a cocoon when it comes to love, thinking that you need to heal and protect yourself, and then you'll come out of your cocoon when you're ready. Today, you feel that it's time and it's safe for you to come out of your cocoon and to revisit something that you've really wanted to do and that was painful in the past. Or if you feel like you haven't reached your potential yet, you can transform yourself today into the person you want to be. So Ruby Wax was a comedian and a talk show host in the 90s, and she interviewed all sorts of celebrities. In the 2000s, she had serious depression. So she went to Oxford University and studied neuroscience, if I'm not mistaken, and she now has a degree in neuroscience. She wanted to understand her own depression, so she studied it at Oxford. She did that, I think, in her 40s, 50s, something like that. So you see that it's never too late to completely change your direction or to learn something completely different as life changes and as life turns and as the Wheel of Fortune keeps on spinning. The Wheel of Fortune is not static. It's always going round. And sometimes you're on top of the wheel. You feel like the bull. You feel like the king of all the bulls. You've got all the money in the world. Sometimes you feel like a tied up poor little phoenix that has not risen from the ashes, but that's being sucked in and held back by some sort of person there. And here are the mechanics of the wheel. So you can see the wheels turning inside of the Wheel of Fortune, always going around and round and round to make things better. Look at these people. Look at that cute little dog looking up at the glorious bull of success. The Wheel of Fortune says, yes, sometimes things are up and sometimes things are down, but it is a positive card in the sense that today you can transition and you can change your fortunes by dusting off your dead phoenix and breathing life back into it, because you now feel ready to bring the pomegranates, to bring the wealth, the love that's inside of you, to pour it into something that has hurt in the past. And that is going to have a huge impact on your fortunes moving forward. There's something inside of you that you've tried to do something with in the past, and it's most likely that it's failed. If you try again on this day, it's much more likely to be a success. If you do fail again with that job or relationship or whatever activity it is that you've already failed at before and try again today, if you fail again today, then it really isn't for you. You've got the message and the clear answer that this, for instance, golfing is not your sport, okay? If you failed at opening your own cake shop, but it's still a desire and you went broke and and it was really horrible and you felt awful, but you got some savings now and you still want to have the cake shop. So you go, okay, going to try again. I'm going to breathe life back into my passion and desire. And then I'm going to change my fortunes moving forward. So this is a day, it's interesting because yesterday was a day where you were also thinking ahead. And this day is also about planning ahead. I love her nonchalant attitude. She's so over it. She's just like, what? I'm just sitting here. What do you want from me? I love that, because the High Priestess is she's very passive. She's very absent. And I mean, her facial expression is just like, what you want. I love that. So if the cake shop, you start it again today and you start doing that and it starts to work, then it's something that is in your mind for a reason, and it's stayed there for a reason, because days like this come along where you're able to take something from the past that hasn't worked, to try again, to change your existing circumstances and to change your future path, because you're now manifesting that path, because you're thinking and manifesting of how you can create wealth for yourself. That excites you, it allows you to take practical action, and it's going to be something old that is going to be transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes and the tower breaking, or it's something completely new that you've never thought of doing. You haven't had the confidence. The dragon has never been let out of the tower before. You've never had the confidence to start your own business or to speak publicly or to have a relationship or whatever it is. You have the confidence today. You're just bursting with love and intuition and a feeling of being transcendent. It's almost like you look at your life and you're a little bit distant from it. It's like, yes, this is my life, but I'm a separate entity, if you see what I mean. This just happens to be my life. I work as a professor, and I have a husband and 2 children, and we're retiring, and we do the snowbird thing in the winter, and that's who I am. If that's the case, then today you're really going to see the wonderful wealth and abundance of your situation. You're going to be super grateful for it because you've got health, you've got love, you've got children, you've got a job that fulfills you. I mean, it sounds very normal when you just say it, but some days, I don't know about you, but for me, some days I'm in my flat and I'm working and I'm doing things and it's just, yeah, it's a great day. But other days, I just have moments where I'm suddenly so grateful, and it's like, you should just take a moment to be grateful for this beautiful sunset, for the roof over your head, for the fact that you're here, you're in good health. All of those things that we take for granted, you're going to be bursting with those aim it at something that hasn't worked and try it again, so the phoenix can rise from the ashes. Or if it's an idea that's been with you for a while and you haven't had the resolve to do it, try it today in a practical sense and you will very likely succeed. Number-wise, we have 16 and 10 is 26 and 2 is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the magician in the tarot. Let's find them in this deck because there aren't that many. So let's find the magician. The magician is the first card of the major arcana, and the magician basically is the first. Here we go. Here's the magician, and what a beautiful card it is. It is the card that is infinitely connected to the all-seeing eye of the universe. It takes that in and it's able to use all of the earthy things, fire, earth, water, air, all the colors, a salamander there representing fire. We've got these little magical bubbles. So and the purple here, I love that. Isn't this Aleister Crowley or something? Wasn't there a picture of Aleister Crowley like that? It looks very familiar, this. Some of you guys will know this. The Toth deck or the Golden Dawn of something. There was a picture of Aleister Crowley that's similar. Basically, it means you're absorbing divine information and it's really, you've got that expression. You're not like wowed by it. It's just like mundane, normal stuff. It's like, okay, I know that I'm supposed to open the cake shop. Okay, I'm going to try again. I'll do it. I'll listen to my guidance. It's saying, it keeps pestering me. Open the cake shop, open the cake shop. Fine, I'll do it. I'll put all my resources to good use and I'm going to change my fortunes. And that will transform me and my life moving forward. So isn't that great? So we've got, let's see what numbers they create as all 4. I'm cheating now though, because I took this card out as 4 already. 2 and 1 is 3, and 16 is 19, and 19 and 10 is 29. 2 and 9 is 11. 11 is the master number of service. So when you do the magician thing, when you create what it is you want to create, you're not only helping yourself, you're also helping other people, okay? So your fortunes affect all these other people around you as well. If you're doing well, other people around you are looking up at you and seeing how they can do that. And other people are proud of you and happy and they don't have to worry about you anymore. And other people are supporting you behind the scenes. So you can transform yourself into this beautiful, almost holy looking bull there. Isn't he glorious? That is one glorious bull. Okay, so that's your reading for the day. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the button on the front page which says book your reading now to order a reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology as well as my intuition, and I can answer any questions you may have. So anything at all. If you are at a crossroads or you don't know what to do or you need some clarity or confirmation or just a fresh pair of eyes, get in touch with me. I can answer any questions from where to live to work to relationships to what's happening in the future. Get in touch via the website gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please hit the red subscribe button here on the YouTube channel. That would be awesome to be part of our little community here that we've grown. And please share the video online so that other people become aware of it. That would be super duper nice of you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day and I'll speak to you tomorrow.